Hello friends, welcome to 30 minutes of core training with me, Minda. I'm hoping if you have hair long enough, maybe we put it up in a side pony. Maybe we tease our bangs and get our hair really big. You do you. But sometimes the 80s just makes me happy. And if you're watching this live, it's kind of rainy and gray today. I'll take any bit of happiness I can. Now for today's class, I've got a block which I'm going to use every now and then, but you do not absolutely have to use a block. It's just a little prop that sometimes helps me in my own practice. Do what feels right to you, take breaks anytime you want, but by the time we finish class, we will have strengthened and worked the muscles that support our spine and hips. Should we do it? Okay friends, I'm just gonna start seated, sitting really tall. So notice how I have kind of a rounded spine. I'm gonna take my shins and pull myself up so I now have a nice tall straight spine. My ears are stacked over my shoulders over my hips. And I'm going to begin with a half roll down. Arms are long, and I'm going to roll. I'm now C-shaping, I'm rounding, and I'm holding. I'm rolling back up and straightening out. Straight, then C-shape, curve, round, and hold. Hi. Up we go. I'm gonna do that 2 more times before I add on. I'm coming up. Yes. As I round, I'm flexing my spine. Notice my chin is not on my chest. We really, if at all, it's just a gentle tuck of your chin. That's all. And I'm coming up. Now friends, I'm gonna add on to that, but I'm gonna face you. This time as we roll back, I want you to pull one elbow back, pull the elbow back, and come on up. Hi! Can you notice how I'm tall and then as I just C-shape. Oh, thank you, Lexi. Lexi's here with me, helping me look fabulous. Okay, I'm working my muscles that flex my spine. Abdominals, hey. As I pull back, I'm working my obliques. And I'm coming on up. Hi! And if you want to bop along, I say we bop along. I'm going again. I'm going to pull, pull, pull. Anybody feel like we should be in an 80s sitcom right now? Sometimes you just gotta take a dance break, right? We're gonna do that 2 more times. Rolling down, pulling back, rolling up. I'm gonna do 1 more. Okay, friends, here we go. I feel like skip dancing. And roll up. You know what I mean by skip dancing, like in the Breakfast Club? And sometimes, friends, if you want to work your core, guess what? Dancing's going to work your core just because you're moving, standing, and grooving your body. So if you don't want to do what I'm doing, just come up and dance. But I'm going to keep on with a focus on my core. We just rolled on down. With a half roll down, I'm going to come all the way down. And thinking about skip dancing, I'm going to prep for that. First, I'm just going to set for a bridge. And if you've been doing this class with me for a while, we do a lot of these, right? I'm going to lift my hips and hold. I'm rolling down. I'm going to do 3 more of those. Rolling up. I'm coming down. Now friends, it's not just simply about getting our hips up, yeah? I'm doing 2 more. As I lift, I'm trying to push away. I'm trying to think of, can I lengthen out from here and then push away? Oh yes, that's kind of engaging my hamstrings a little more. And if you want to even more, dig in your heels and imagine you're trying to drag your heels to your butt. My heels are not moving, but even the act of trying to draw them back has my hamstrings activated just a little more. Now friends, I'm gonna do one more. Ooh, I know. And then we're gonna add. Remember I was saying we're preparing for skip dancing? Yeah, this is my version of skip dancing for core. But first, one more warm up, bridge. And I'm going to come on down. Now I'm going to add. Here's step one of adding on. As your hips go up, one arm goes back. And then bring it back down. Let's switch arms. Oh, getting movement and mobility in my shoulders while also working my posterior chain. Yes, please. I'm going to do 3 more each side. And then we might just add on from there. Yes. Friends, I was a child of the 80s. I graduated high school class of 90. And I loved the 80s for the pure joy and awesome music. Also some really good movies, although some of them haven't aged very well these days. But when I danced in the 80s, I used a lot of arms. That's why I'm kind of, this mix kind of made me think, oh, let's go to that. And one more before we take a break, and we might continue doing the exact same thing we're doing right now, or we could add on even yet. Okay, friends, before I add on, I'm just going to take a short break, draw my knees into chest, and you might be thinking, Minda, how can we add on from that? Here's the deal. This will get your brain working, as well as your backside working, your shoulders working. How about we add on some calf work too? So I'm going to do this slowly to begin. Friends, as I come up into my bridge, I'm going to lift one heel, just one. The opposite arm is going to go back. Skip dancing, bridge style, core style. But as we lift one heel, try to keep your hips level. Should we do it? Let's try it. I'm lifting one heel, opposite arm moves. Yes. Oh, friends, right now I am the computer whiz trying to hack into an 80s style mainframe. Lifting and lowering. I'm switching. Or if you want to think about it, maybe you're coming up on one high-heeled Barbie shoe. Doesn't this sound like a computer sequence from like Real Genius? And if you've not seen the movie Real Genius, I hope you do because it was really brilliant. I'm going to just do a few more. This is making me think. Cross body. It's working shoulder mobility. It's working the entire posterior chain. I'm now throwing in some ankle strengthening and some calf strengthening. Okay, friends, I'm gonna come on up. Right? Quick thinking. One, this side of your brain controls what this hand is doing. This side of your brain controls what this side of your body is doing. And because of that cross, because they're typically connected, sorry, I'm getting really nerdy, sometimes it makes doing something different on one side and doing something completely different on the other difficult. That's why we practice. We're practicing a whole bunch of things today, friends. Anyways, so we started to get some juice into our shoulders. We did a little bit of dancing, we're gonna do a little bit more movement and strengthen our core too. So, first things first, we're gonna come into a plank, which to me is one of just the fundamental moves that we want to practice and get under our tool belt when we're strengthening our core. Hands directly under shoulders. Tuck your toes. We're either on toes or knees, or we're one straight line. Now, friends, up next, we're gonna do a yoga class in a little bit. But for now, if you ever wanna know where your hands and feet need to be, hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, push back and up, and that's your down dog. Press your chest through, we want a straight spine. And from here, we're going to come forward. Plank to down dog. Great core strengthener. We're working our shoulders, our supporting shoulders through its range of motion. Remember, you could be here, and then when you're ready to push up to your down dog, lift the knees. But then come on forward. Yeah? Knees or toes. We're gonna shake it out. Now I'm going to add on a few variations to that, friends. Yeah, I'm pulling in some things that I'm using in my in-person classes. Doing a great move that's going to strengthen our entire core. And again, get that coordination working. Also strengthen the muscles that support our shoulders. So I'm coming back to my plank. I'm finding my down dog. Now I'm going to be a three-legged dog, so I'm going to send one leg up. Now rather than just pulling in your knee here and keeping your hips high, we're going to come forward as though into our plank, but as we do, bring your knee in. Push back. We're going to do 4 of these. In, slowly in, slowly out. Now, if this does not feel good, what do? Plank to down dog. I'm going one more time. Removing one point of connection. Oh, that challenges the core a little more. I'm landing. I'm going to give myself a break. I'm bringing knees wide, toes together. Keeping my hands planted and drawing back. Breathing. Now, what is this music? This music, you're in high school. You spot the new boy or girl down the hallway, and you're like, is this the one? Is this the one? How do you get their attention? By doing a down dog into plank? What can I say? I know, I'm stretching here, but that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, maybe you just show off. I'm gonna borrow for now from Napoleon Dynamite, some cool skills. Yeah, and you have the skill to go from plank to down dog, and you're gonna throw up a leg because you can. Now slide forward as though you're coming into plank and show off that you can move slow and push it back. Oh, this is a montage song. Now I'm trying to catch the attention of a boy, and it's showing me like making some clothes, trying on some outfits. Remember, if you want, we can do this. And then push back. Friends, how did that feel? Are you feeling a little more hopeful? Now, yet again, I'm trying to show you different layers, different approaches. If that feels super easy, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave out the leg, but go from down dog into not a plank, that's a little harder than plank, bear. And if you've not done this class with me, what is bear? Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So now your hands and feet are gonna be closer together. Knees hover. Okay, friends, should we try it? Yes, now your down dog is shorter than a typical classic down dog, but I'm gonna try it. Here's my down dog. I'm coming forward and finding my bear. I'm hovering and pushing back. I'm gonna do 3 more. Hover. Push back. Last 2. And I'm doing this slow so that everything is under control. My muscles stay under tension the entire time. Do you see my knees are hovering? Yes! And I'm pushing back. And yay, that song ended right as I was ending that sequence. Ha ha ha! How do we feel, friends? Yeah? Okay. We're gonna change the focus. Now, you're like, Minda, when are you ever going to use that block? In just a bit, in just a bit. First things first, let's set it up. Again, I always want to show you layers. We never go to the hardest thing first. We go to the building blocks. What do we need to get in our bodies first? And once we have mastered that, we can add on safely because we're building on a strong foundation. So actually, I'm going to start from here. Elbows under my shoulders, and I'm lifting my chest. Notice how I could be like hunched. This actually does not feel comfortable at all because gravity is pulling me down, and I can feel how I'm sunken in. I'm going to lift, trying to lift myself away from the ground. Tabletop legs. Shins not here, not here. Parallel to the mat. Keep lifting your heart. Push one leg out. Bring it in. This is actually, for my friends, I like to say this is a great pregnancy option because we really should not be lying on our backs for very long. Once we're further into our pregnancy, we don't want to harm the baby. And once we get used to that, actually, you know what? I'm gonna come up here. Both legs up, out and away, keeping that 90-degree bend. Breathing out, breathing in. I'm going to do 2 more. We want to master both. First one leg, then both legs. Then change it. Low back to mat. Yes. Breathing out. I'm not letting my belly rise. Nope. I'm keeping it down as the leg goes out. Now it's both legs. Yes. And if you find that you're compromising and you're releasing all this delicious tension right here, then we go back to a single leg. But if we can maintain the integrity of our low back, ribs, belly, we go to 2. What do we do after that? Split the knees. Bring it back. My knees are apart, my toes are together. I'm still fighting, fighting to keep my low back to mat even as my knees push away. And bring it back. Okay, friends, now how do we add on? Here's where I'm going to use this prop. Some of you have already done this with me. I love this because it fires up a lot more muscles. It's going to fire up your thigh muscles in a way like you won't believe. It's going to fire up your deep abdominals, your pelvic floor in a way that you wouldn't believe. So find your tabletop legs. Remember, not too high, not drooping, just right, parallel to the floor. Take the knees apart. Now, squeeze that block between your feet and push away. Oh, I know it seems like that shouldn't make a difference, but it does. Both of my outer thighs, my inner thighs, my pelvic floor. This is super challenging and I'm having to really think about what I'm doing as I continue pressing against that block. You might say, Minda, weren't you already pressing against your feet? Yes, but for some reason, this external object is having me work harder and it's making me wake up more muscles. It was having me wake up my inner thigh muscles. It was having me wake up my outer thigh muscles. And I'm still working my pelvic floor. I'm still working those deep abdominals. You gotta love it when you get to work out a whole bunch of muscles all at the same time. Okay, friends, next up. Since we've got the 80s music going on, I know I'm totally inspired by this 80s music. I'm gonna be right here. I have my hips stacked rather than letting my hip roll back. Do you notice how my hips roll back? I'm like, how you doing? I know, Burt Reynolds style. I don't wanna be Burt Reynolds. I wanna be here. And likewise, I don't wanna be here. What we're gonna do is push a penny against a wall and bring it down. We're gonna do 10 of these. Now, as I'm pushing that penny up against the wall, I'm trying to lengthen my leg. This is number 3. I feel so 80s. Right now, I'm imagining I've got leggings on, leg warmers. That was 4. This is 5. And I'm trying to keep everything else from moving. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. I know, see, I'm gonna show off my neon pink leg warmers. Everything else is stable and I'm not sinking into the floor. I'm pushing away from the floor and trying to make myself, I'm trying to turn from 5'3" to 5'7". You guys know I wanna be taller. Now I'm gonna switch. Here's me breakdancing. Yes, I am that bad of a breakdancer, friends. But let's set it up. Elbow under shoulder. We're not sinking into the mat. Instead, we're pushing ourselves away. I'm not rolled back. I'm not rolled forward. I want to be like Goldilocks and Baby Bear, just right. Hips stacked, leg long as can be. A penny is against my toe. I'm running it up against the wall. And I've got 9 more to go. I've got flashing neon leg warmers on, which I'm trying to show off. Just imagine it, just imagine it. That was 4, 6 to go. 5. 4 more. We don't want it just to be limp. We don't want to be like, no, 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 no. Long, long, long. I'm channeling Olivia Newton-John. 3. 2, and 1. I'm gonna go back the other way. Now friends, how can we make this harder? Instead of doing the same movement or a similar movement up here, we might now bring ourselves here. What we're going to do, or you can even here. Now next up, leg lifts for 10, 9. If you want to make it hard, yes. 6 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feeling that on my hippie hips, on my hippie hips. We do it on one side, we gotta do it on the other. Remember, you can be right here. Right here. Are we ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to sit back in a wide knee child's pose. My hippie hips are feeling that. Okay, friends. Right now, this has been a lot of outer thigh work. We're going to now even it out with some inner thigh work. I don't know why when I think of the 80s of this kind of move. But here's how we're gonna get our inner thighs working. Hip stacked, leg across, foot flexed, and heel is up. Now lift with the heel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're asking me, I know, you're going, Minda, why are we strengthening inner and outer thighs? Those are supporting muscles that help you, again, stabilize hips and spine. Anything connected to those count as core work. And I find often inner and outer thighs, they do need a little bit of love and attention. So that's what we're doing, friends. Okay, I'm setting up. Here's my, hi. I've got my lacy headband on, I wish. I actually do have a lacy headband, I should find it. Hips are stacked. Anchoring foot is down, heel is up. And I'm going to lead with that lifted heel for 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, friends. Now, as you're doing these moves, we're gonna do that again. Notice where you're having difficulty. Notice where it feels a little bit more challenging to do perhaps inner thighs or outer thighs. Maybe it's left or right. And remind yourself that the things we need to do to get stronger is not practice the things that we do well. It's practice the things that are challenging. That's what our bodies need. Change comes with a challenge. So, one more side, each. Set it up. Leg is long. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're finding that this is not easy, that maybe we can't do 10, that's okay. Do as many as you can. Keep practicing. Let's come back to that idea that what we need to do is practice the things that are challenging. We all have to start somewhere. 10, 9, do as many as you can. I know we might be struggling, but if we are, just know we're gonna get better. But we have to go through the struggle first. Okay, friends, 2 more. 2, 1, and we're done for today. So, if this Arab music isn't for you, feel free to put on the Arab music that speaks to you, that motivates you, that makes you happy, makes you want to move. And maybe we dance. Maybe we do a skip dance. And maybe we do it bridge style. But no matter what, move and groove, have fun with your workout. And I'll see you back here next week on the Virtual Live. Thanks, friends.
I'm Sarah, and this is Cardio Dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it. Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it. Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin. I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again.
We'll see you again. Keep working hard. You did awesome.